page 66 where we left off in the previous tutorial. Don't have any errors, so let's clear the screen. Okay. On page 66, and here we have to check and see that if our linker is working properly. So that's what we're going to do now by doing this little check. Dummy.c dummy.c say read elf that's an L, in case anybody was wondering, and we'll say grep out tools, and everything worked right because we got output. If you did not get output, I almost just fell. If you did not get output, then that means that you have a problem, okay? And you need to fix that problem before you continue on. So, well, actually, how do you fix it? I don't know how to fix it. But to me, that's just a start over. So, but if you got output like I got output, that's good. That means that your linker is working properly, and you can read more about that in the LFS documentation. Okay, so we're assuming everything's working good, and you're looking as good as me. So we're going back up. We're going to say remove. We're going to remove the GCC file, and we're going to remove the GCC build directory right now. Alright. There's GCC pass 2. I think there's one more GCC, and that last GCC is it contains a check and whatnot like that. It's like a two plus hour thing to let it go ahead and do its checks. It's a 2+ hour from me. So, but that's actually when you run the test suites and whatnot, and that's when you go take a nap or do something else for however long it takes you. Hopefully by now you got your SBUs down right, and kind of approximated, only for your own, purpose, because you don't really want to stretch a, in my case, I don't want to stretch a 14-hour build out into a 20-hour build, because, anytime your computer's up and running and you're trying to do stuff and you're inside of stuff, anything can happen, and there could be a failure at any point, with a prolonged, if you don't need to be there, don't be there. So basically, that's the case. You're going to optimize your time as much as possible. Worst case scenario, what could happen? Your power goes out. And it won't, I mean, this is only a platform, so this is a learning experience. It's not like, this means the world to you. But if your power does go out while you're doing this, well, and this means the world to you, well, you have problems. And if you could have gotten around that by sticking to it and actually knowing how many SBUs, like if you didn't go walk the dog on one SBU, and your power went out, well, you would have had an extra scratch by now. Yeah, I talk a lot. So we're going to CD in the bin utils now. We're on page 67, and inside of here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a directory. We're going to shoot it back up and out, and we're going to call it bin utils build. It looks familiar, doesn't it? Because we already did that in the last one. But we're going to add more configurations to it now. That's how it goes. It's a process. Okay? So we'll say, inside bin utils, we'll say bin utils 216 configure, and we'll say prefix equals tools, and we'll say disable NLS, and we'll say with lib path equal to tools lib enter. Okay, configure in bin utils for path 2. Here we'll take these two commands, make and make install. You have to have foresight. Read ahead a little bit if you have to make sure that you're doing the right thing. With this make and make install, it's the right thing. Other things, you'll see what I'm saying. You don't want to make install. You might have to make. You might have to change directories and go and make something else or something like that. But that's what you want to do here. Okay, so this is going to take me 10 minutes. It's 1.1 SBUs, and I am going to kill the screencast, and I am going to come back in 10 minutes. 5545.